Welcome to another episode of Searching for Mcguffin with your hosts, George,
Gabe,
Nick,
and Link.
It's so having Nick in the middle there.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Your leg is really close to my leg, Nicholas.
That's what producer
I've been
Dan...
working out my legs.
They can see it too.
Leg
Yeah,
day.
look at
Never skip
this.
leg day.
That's where producer Dan's name used to go, right?
Help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is trapped in a parallel timeline where he is forced to edit our episodes even when we decide at the last minute to change what episode is dropping this week.
What is dropping this week?
Well, we had to put aside everything that we had discussed and planned because a very special movie that I guess, I don't know. Did you expect the new Deadpool movie to be as good as I think we all agree it was? Am I bearing the lead here?
Today's episode is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. I think they got that.
That's what that's.
You gotta
okay.
introduce it.
That makes sense.
I just, okay.
Give it a proper introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, like that?
Yeah.
Children of all ages, Marvel Studios proudly presents Deadpool and Wolverine. Or you got to do individual?
All right, go Link. Your turn.
Okay.
Introduce it.
Today we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Just turned to Canadian.
Well, that's
Today, eh?
That'd be appropriate.
Yeah.
The
today.
Merc with the mouth, and then what would be like Logan's nickname?
I can't say that out loud.
The Canadian with the bub.
No, what do they call him? The Knucklehead?
What is a Canuck? Is it a bird?
I think it's someone from Canada.
That's what a Canuck
That's
is?
what a Canuck is?
I thought a Canuck was like an animal or something.
Isn't that like the
like
puck?
a mascot
Isn't that
or
like
something?
the ball, the hockey ball?
Canuck?
Sounds like it.
The
Puck.
Vancouver Canucks is an ice hockey team. And
What?
it means a Canadian, sometimes derogatory in the U.S.
Oh, but not
Oh,
in
it's
Canada.
it's like
It's like their
I
version
can't
of
say
the
that.
Chief.
I can't say that out loud.
Wait,
And the Redskins.
so they named their team the Canucks, and then we're not allowed to
We're
call
not
them.
allowed to call them that.
So
what do we call them?
yeah, you're like, oh, the team from Vancouver, the Vancouver hockey team. Is that what
The Vancouver.
Okay.
All right. Let's get right to it. Deadpool. Wow, guys, I was
Oh yeah, that was your question. Do we expect it to be this good?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
I knew it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
We were hyped. I was hyped.
Nick.
I'll be honest, like I had like zero expectations. I haven't really been like following the MCU a lot.
Yeah, hit the table.
Yeah,
as
just
much as
keep
possible.
just
Yeah,
keep punching the
just
table.
slam your
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just Donkey Kongo right now.
Hey, yo,
It-
the internet is forever.
Hey,
Donkey Kong.
don't
be
interpret
doing
it
that-
like
don't
that.
be doing
Don't
that,
interpret it like that. Okay.
Okay. So,
But yeah, I didn't have any expectations. But I did like the previous Deadpool movies, and I also watched Logan. Also, that's like
Okay.
the only X.
What
movie
did
I
you
watched.
like about them?
It was funny, man. Like the Deadpool. The
Logan
character-
was funny.
Yeah, Logan was hilarious,
It's
dude.
funnier than Deadpool.
Honestly, it really is. No, but I'm kidding. Yeah, Deadpool was funny. I always liked the character. Ryan Reynolds plays him really well. And Logan, I'll be honest, I don't remember it because like, I watched it only once in the theater years
Spoilers:
ago.
he dies.
I had a friend that watched the movie and without watching Logan.
Okay.
So and as he's watching this movie, he realizes Wolverine died.
I don't feel bad for your friend. I don't feel bad for your friend in the slightest.
He should be. He shouldn't.
I actually had to go back and rewatch Logan because Deadpool 2 actually starts with Logan's death. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, I guess it's required for me to watch Logan.
Which also doesn't make sense to me, but I guess we'll get into that.
That
Yeah.
he dies.
no, the timeline.
That they're in the same. That Deadpool and that Logan are in the same timeline because Logan's supposed to be in the future.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's timey, wimey, wavy.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't he in the future already though?
But like,
No, he goes back to 2018 and then goes 5 years later or whatever, however much time later they say.
it was like 6.
6 years later.
Do any of you guys have any experience with Deadpool in the comics prior to the films?
I've read.
All I read was that one where he says Ryan Reynolds should play him.
Oh, okay. Just that comic or just that
Just that
one
panel.
Okay.
I read the one where Deadpool. I read the one where.
Amateur.
I know, bro. I haven't done this in a while. I'm sorry. I read the graphic novel where someone brings back the ghosts of all the dead presidents.
Oh yeah.
And Deadpool and the ghost of Benjamin Franklin are contracted by S.H.I.E.L.D. to destroy the zombies. I'm sorry. It's the zombies of the dead presidents. And it's a fantastic graphic novel.
That sounds great.
It's fun.
That sounds like a ridiculous premise, but yes, I have seen that.
It's so good.
I remember.
Didn't you? You bought it.
Yeah, I did.
I remember a
You haven't
video
read
game.
it?
Yeah, I've read it.
Oh, okay. I gotta reread it because it was so much fun, man.
He had a video game, right?
They had Deadpool. Yeah, he had a video game.
Yeah, I remember
Was
I
that
played
good?
that. I think
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
my.
good.
I
It was
think that
decent.
was most of my experience with Deadpool. I mean, I knew of the comics
Mhm.
from like what you guys would say and stuff like that, and in the games.
Bro, I remember the
game.
first time I learned about Deadpool. So early in the mornings, Gabriel and I and my sister, we would get dropped off at George's house. And from there, we would go to school together, right? Or George would drop us off at school. And I remember one time I got dropped off, and George had a Deadpool comic book. And Gabriel and I are looking at it, and I'm like, and we didn't know who Deadpool was. All we said was like, why does Spider-Man look weird?
Oh my god!
You remember that, right?
Holy crap!
We were like, what's wrong with Spider-Man?
Why does he have swords?
Yeah, who is?
Yeah,
what
I
is
was.
Deadpool?
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I was. Wow! I don't even remember.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was in middle school. I
That's
think I was
crazy.
like, I was in middle school. I was in elementary. We were in elementary.
Nah, you were probably sixth grade. I was probably.
Yeah, it was, but it was so funny because we had no idea what this was, and then you came in the room and like what happened to Spider-Man, and then you explained that oh no, there's a whole other character's name.
Which
is
it could
Deadpool.
completely be a different, like an alternate Spider-Man outfit,
Yeah,
like compared to all the ones that he has.
Yeah.
But
He has like 350. Yeah. But I loved this character growing up, and I think I've talked about how I would try to collect every appearance of, especially back then, it became impossible once he blew up and
yeah,
he gets to like the presidents and Merc with a mouth with Headpool,
yeah.
which we'll talk about a little bit. But back then, characters were very finite. So he had a 4-issue limited series, Deadpool, another 4-issue limited series. I don't remember which one comes first, the Circle Chase or just Deadpool proper. And then he got 69 issues rather, right?
Nice.
Like on purpose, like the number 69.
I don't know if it was on
that was
purpose.
on purpose.
It feels like it was on purpose, right?
Yeah,
And I collected all 69 of those issues. And then the series got rebooted into what is one of my favorite all-time comics, which is about 25 issues of Cable or Deadpool and Cable. No, it's Cable Deadpool, because then later there's a Deadpool and Cable, which I also have. But that's, again, there's like, he had like 15 titles by that point. But Cable Deadpool is like, it's drawn by Udon, which does like the Street Fighter anime.
like
huge dong.
Like noodles?
Yeah, like the noodles, right? The
Udon?
Udon, yeah.
Oh, that's his
Udon.
name.
Udonis?
No, that's the name of the company because it's actually not an individual artist.
Oh, okay.
They do
Oh,
like
I thought the guy's name was Udon.
I thought it was. I thought you. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's they do the Street Fighter artwork and they draw like they digitally draw this book, and that was like kind of a big deal. It was new
Back
at
then.
that time, yeah.
Mm.
And just the art is beautiful. I know.
What does that say?
It's just those two characters, Cable and Deadpool, were awesome. So for it to be adapted to a film, I didn't think it was something possible
Yeah.
at the time.
Do you still have those Deadpool and
well,
Cable comic books?
Actually, my brother has them in a box, and I saw them in the corner of his room the other day.
And you're not mad at him for having them in a box?
No, because I gave up my comic book, like my long box collection. I had 16 long boxes of comic books, and I didn't have anywhere to put them. So I digitized most of it.
Delicious. 14
So
of them.
I have access to those stories. I know that's kind of makes me the opposite of
No.
what's the word I'm looking for? A purist, right?
Yeah.
It makes me kind of a filthy casual, but I didn't have space for it.
No, makes sense.
Yeah,
Going
and
digital
A
makes sense.
filthy casual even knows what a long box is.
yeah, that's what I was gonna sell my collection, and then my brother intervened, and he was like, "There's no way, you can't just get rid of these things. Give them to me. I'll take care of them. I'll put them in my closet. I'll let the water heater
I'll like get
break.
mold.
Yeah, and I'll let it drip all over the long boxes. So.
I'll take them off your hands for no money in your pocket.
Yeah. And then sell them.
No, he just has them.
No,
there.
he won't sell them. He'll just
Hey,
leave
so
them
you're
there
not
to
mad
rot.
at him for having them get moldy there?
No, I knew that I was risking my collection giving it to him, but I did feel like
I mean, at the end of the day, he was going to give them away.
yeah. Well, I was gonna sell them. I was gonna try to find someone to sell it, but
then
it's so
that's-
much work.
That's
Yeah.
worse.
No, because at the end of the day, I don't do this for the money. I don't collect figures or comic books or any of these things to think I'm gonna like cash it in for. Like, I have it as long as I enjoy it, and as long as I don't enjoy it anymore, I'd rather give it to somebody else, like I did with like my wrestling figure collection, or if someone
day of
else
my life.
is gonna value it and appreciate it, you know, a video game, a movie, a figure, you know, I'd rather pay it forward than just, you know, because money comes and goes. But
Remember when you got mad at me
for
for ruining your Deadpool and Cable comic books?
no, I don't.
Remember?
You want to share?
You
them?
lent them to me, and I kept them in my locker for like a good year. and
That's
then I was
different.
cleaning up my locker, and I'm like, "Oh man, George loved these, and now they're like messed up.
I don't even remember that.
So I gave them to you, and you got mad at me.
That's different.
And that's what I was
'cause you give
asking.
him back.
Wait. You're not mad at him, but you got mad at
Well,
me.
because you gave him with the intention of never getting them back.
Yeah. I gave it to him. They're now his,
His,
to do
yeah.
what he. Yeah, you borrowed my books and then you just trashed them.
Like they
I'm
were
mad
nothing.
now.
Dude, I did the same thing he's doing.
Let's just scrap this episode. I think you guys should fight.
All right. So, going back to the movies now. Deadpool 1 and 2. You guys like Deadpool 1 and 2?
Love
Yeah, it
Deadpool
was
1 and
great.
2.
Yeah. I think 1 is the strongest.
Yeah.
Right? 2 is good. They introduce a lot of new stuff. You know, it's pretty good. But Deadpool and Wolverine, I think, is on another level.
Yes.
I think it reaches the heights of Wolverine Origins.
Wow.
The official title of that movie is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Really?
Yeah.
But does it reach the heights of the version that came out, like the
I don't think
leaked
anything
version?
will top that, to be honest.
The leaked version.
Oh no, it's the work print version.
Go ahead. Tell them about that one.
Well, I've seen a lot of chatter of this online because apparently we're not the only ones that had this experience. Obviously, it leaked and a bunch of people, but
When the time it came out.
yeah, a lot of people had fond memories months before
they released.
X-Men Origins Wolverine released in theaters. A work print had leaked online, and they were bootleg copies on DVD. I think we got ours on DVD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bootleg DVDs were everywhere, and you could download it online for those of you that did those unsavory things. But we watched this version that did not have the special effects done. And do you remember any particular moments like scream out to you?
The explosions were just fireworks and like there was no sound really behind them.
Yeah.
And then what was the other? Oh,
You
the
could
claws.
see-
The claws.
The claws,
was a major thing.
He would go like that, and there would be no claws, or they would be like
Like
prop
plastic, yeah, they'd be
claws.
like
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
I remember blue screen, stunt rigs.
Green screen.
Yeah, like they would be he would go flying and he would be on a
That was the
what would you
first.
say that? What would you call it?
Like
A
a
harness?
rig? Like a rig?
Yeah, like a rig.
That was the first time I had ever
Behind the scenes.
saw behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of something. I don't know why. I don't know how I thought movies were made back then, or all the. Like,
Well, because we
the-
didn't have all these special features and behind the scenes and stuff like that. In fact, around that time with the rise of DVDs, we started to get like I was really into the special
special
features
features.
that would go because
Yeah.
it was like getting a master class, so to speak, like opening the curtain behind a world that we
didn't
weren't
know.
yeah, we didn't know how they made these things.
And like you really get to see how interesting it is to see actors act with like no effects, or like they don't see what we see, what's on the screen. They're really just
They really use their imaginations.
Yes. It's true because even in a behind the scenes, someone's talking over it and they produced how they're presenting it to you. But this is literally like, it was like standing on set and watching them like just act
it's just
ridiculous.
like they like over the top, or they look like it's just like you do it normally, like you think like, oh, this looks so stupid. This looks like you're making a fool of yourself. And then you watch it in theaters, like not to say it's a great, it's a good movie, but it's like that looks completely different from what happened in real life.
I
in
actually
reality.
prefer the work print version.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do as well.
I would like to get my hands on it again.
I think Deadpool and Wolverine is just below that a little bit.
Oh, under Wolverine Origins?
Yeah, for sure.
So-
but that version, not the
Just the work print.
yeah.
So going back to Deadpool and Wolverine, one thing about the Deadpool series that I think I might hold against it is that it kind of makes Wolverine Origins mandatory viewing. There's a lot of the jokes are based on Deadpool's appearance in Wolverine Origins, and I don't think I'm gonna give in to this impulse.
If we find the work print, we'll watch it.
Okay, down. I'm down. I don't want to rewatch Wolverine Origins, but anyways, so getting on the topic of Deadpool and Wolverine, what were your thoughts?
It's fantastic, lads.
It was
I mean,
very fun.
From the jump, I think the intro scene where it's talking about like
the bye.
the
Bye,
bye.
bye.
Oh,
like, the disrespect.
spoilers, by the way.
Spoilers.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
haven't watched this movie, what are you
Spoilers.
doing with your life?
Go watch.
Maybe you have
Producer
a life.
Dan,
Yeah, producer Dan, cover up your ears.
cover up
now.
your ears as you edit this video on Deadpool.
Yeah,
Hopefully you're not still moving.
I don't think the audience has context for what that means. Like he's not still moving, he's dead.
It's okay.
He died.
Okay. So the intro, full spoilers. Bye.
Bye,
The
bye.
desecration of Logan.
It was
Which is beautiful.
it was beautiful.
it was
The effects, I think. I mean, this is really the first time we see this in the MCU.
Yeah.
I think the level of gratuitous violence
Yeah.
and just gore and blood. And I think I made a comment to you when we were watching it about like the effects of like the blood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dropping out. Like I don't know if it's like I don't know. It didn't look great to me, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. Do you even remember that I made that comment that I was like
maybe I
think it's, like,
misunderstood
over
your
the top?
comment at the. Oh, you said over the top. Yeah, but I didn't take that as a negative. But you meant that like
not over the top is like there's so much. I meant like in the fact that it's like the way that it looks.
like
I think.
fake, like it looks.
Yeah.
I think that's on purpose so that it's not.
That was my comment. Like
Yeah.
you think this is on purpose.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to like
Look at what we used to do and like our limitations and like we're just gonna abuse.
Yeah, I think it was also to dull the senses in the sense like we're not gonna make this look realistic because then it gets serious. Like it's about murder, but the more jokey and the more fakey it looks, then it's like you're gonna be like, this is a cartoon. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know, Logan, for example.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this movie during that scene, the opening credit scenes, kind of like going away from what they've done in the past 2 movies, where it's like they mock that whole process, the opening credit scenes. They didn't do that in this movie. They actually had like the opening credit.
The greatest opening credit scene. Like all jokes aside, it could have not worked, but only Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool suit could have pulled off the dance sequence that is at the center of it. I think.
I know he didn't dance that.
It wasn't
right?
Yeah,
it wasn't him.
It was someone else.
Well, I mean, no, but I mean,
Oh.
but in our mind, yeah, it's
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. But in our mind, it's the Ryan Reynolds
Nah,
Deadpool.
in George's head right now, he's
He's
like he's so
like,
disappointed. He's
what?
like,
He's
it's
not
just
that
like
good of a
gray-
dancer?
It's like a gray screen. He's just like defeat.
So who was in the suit? Was it Justin Timberlake?
Not just a
It was
dancer.
Was it JC
I forgot his
Chavez?
name, but
Was it Chris Kirkpatrick? Was it Lance Bass?
They're gonna be in the fourth.
Why
one.
do I know all the members of NSYNC?
Who doesn't?
Oh, okay.
It was Fat Joey.
yeah, it was me.
No, Nicholas doesn't know all the members of.
No, it was me.
Nicholas
No,
was
I was
dancing.
the one
They probably
dancing.
broke up before you were born.
Bro, I listened to their songs. Okay, but like, do you know that they changed the song?
Weird flex.
Now it's called Bye 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 from Deadpool and Wolverine
Oh,
on Spotify and on YouTube. The music
Like
video.
no matter what version.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
even if you
just-
go to the NSYNC album,
I think they just dropped it.
Look, yeah, look. No, it's like we go in sync.
you're not allowed to play it just in case.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
'cause we'll
we
get-
get nuked.
I don't
Yeah.
want Joey Fatone. Is that his name, or is that the guy from NSYNC?
Oh, it's
Yeah, you're right. The number one song is "Bye Bye Bye"
Yeah.
from Cable Deadpool.
yeah. We go
No,
to the
no, no,
album.
go to the
the
album.
album.
Strings
It's the
attached.
album.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Strings Attached by NSYNC. Bye 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 from Deadpool. and Wolverine.
And if you go on YouTube, I think the music video has changed too.
Check that out. If
Hey,
you
it's-
have,
guys,
if you have
it's from-
Spotify, check it out.
And if you have Spotify,
but at the end of the day, like this is something that I think that we all love about this
Deadpool.
character,
Yeah.
the ability, the power that this character has to just transcend
yeah,
The meta-ness.
every wall.
Yeah.
You know?
and that's what's great because it's a character that it translates to film beautifully because he does that in the comic books, and to transpose that into this medium,
It's even better.
Like
yeah, I think it is even better.
because I mean, going on into the film, like he gets recruited by the TVA to basically end his
Timeline.
timeline faster, right?
Yeah,
But in the sense of like where he starts talking about like he's Marvel Jesus, he's talking about Marvel like
Trying to
in a
save
meta
Marvel.
way.
Yeah.
With the way that Deadpool works and the way that like how they use the TVA, to me I'm just like, this could totally work. This could totally like it's not to me. It wasn't outlandish. It wasn't out
Mhm.
there. It wasn't
That-
out there.
you had set the table for it already.
Exactly.
That can actually be a series.
Like what?
Just Deadpool working for the TVA, going to different timelines and destroying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried that with Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't make it past season 1. I don't think.
Did you guys see that clip I sent you?
About
About
the
Obama?
Yeah, I thought that was fake, and I had to fact check it so much, and I still couldn't believe that they actually Gorilla Grodd tried to kill Obama in
Yeah.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But going back to Deadpool, I forgot. Okay, so
the
they.
meta.
Oh, you mentioned the TVA. I remember. One criticism I think I have of this movie that I don't care about at all, but that I see could be a barrier of entry for a casual film viewer is I feel like you have to know a lot about what's been going on in the Marvel universe.
Filthy
Yeah.
casuals.
Like,
Like you have to watch Loki.
Yeah, you have to watch
season 1 and
Loki.
2.
and he does a nice little thing where he mentions like when what's the name of the big monster?
Goliath.
Goliath.
when Eliath shows up and he's like, oh, from season 1, episode 5.
Yeah.
You know, so kind of wink, wink. Even if you don't know, like that, go over there. You know, and now you know that you don't know. You know what I mean? So that helps. But yeah, there's so much going on in this movie. It's really rewarding for people like us that watch everything. But I feel like it could be overbearing for those that don't.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick, how did you feel? You don't watch everything,
Bro, when they showed like the cameos of who was it? It was.
Oh, we're going right into the cameos.
No,
Okay.
talk about.
Yeah, when I talk about it. Okay, just those cameos. Everyone was cheering, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, because he's too young.
guys, who?
and
And I've never watched any of those.
We're gonna talk about the cameos right now. Spoilers. Go ahead. Who do you know now? Have you gotten an education since the
Yeah,
film?
I know everyone now.
Oh, okay.
You know Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
You know,
he died in
that-
Logan.
you know he died in
that was
Logan,
the one
right?
You know, Logan was like the only one I watched of all the X-Men.
You should go back
I
and
just
watch.
watched Logan.
You should go back and watch X-Men.
It's okay. You saw the end credits.
No, I'm
scene,
sorry.
you're good.
The Wolverine, because I think that movie's
That movie's good.
Yeah.
The director's cut or
Yeah,
whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's called the Unleashed Unrated.
Oh.
So yeah, lots more blood and curse
How
words.
edgy.
Anyways, so the cameos. Who's the first guy that stepped? First we see Electro, right?
No, first you see
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but that one's not a reference to anything,
What
right?
do you guys feel about Henry Cavill being Wolverine?
I want it.
I kind of want it.
You really?
Yeah.
I kind of want a smaller Wolverine. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Unless you're
We
getting Danny
we
DeVito, it makes no
We
sense.
saw the smaller Wolverine.
It's not supposed.
We saw it.
you know he's not. That was too small, right? That was
That was
not
too small,
comic
yeah.
accurate.
Unless it's gonna be Danny DeVito, I don't want.
Danny DeVito's too short, my man.
Nah, I want
He's
him
what,
to be
4'10"?
Wolverine.
Who do you think? Who do you have in mind when you think this?
Yeah, I don't think it's someone that we know. I
Someone
think
that's
it's
like
finding
what,
the
like
right guy.
5'7",
Daniel
5'8",
Radcliffe.
He could be
5'6".
someone.
How
yeah,
tall is he?
He's supposed to be 5'3", but I think
You're
that's,
telling me that thing wasn't 5'3" in the movie?
I don't know. I think that
That's taller than Danny DeVito.
they looked at it. Well, yeah, but that's 5'3" is like 6 inches taller than Danny DeVito almost.
Danny DeVito's like 4'11".
He's 4'10".
I thought he was like an inch
Hold on.
below.
Bro,
No, I
she's-
think you have to be
let's
below
search
4'10",
this
and
up.
he is 4'10".
Bro, she's giving him some platforms, bro.
I think Danny DeVito should be Puck, but
He's
anyways.
4'10".
Yeah, thank you.
It's crazy.
So
You should pick
he
up.
doesn't have to be 5'3", but he just doesn't have to be like 6'2".
Put her
What
on
is
the
Hugh
podcast.
Jackman, like 6'2"?
Yeah, Henry Cavill's like 6'1".
I think
Yeah,
Henry
that's an
Cavill.
improvement.
I think
He's
Henry.
smaller.
Yeah, he's shorter. There you go. You got your short.
I mean, he's huge and he looks good.
That got me. Did
So
you
what-
did you notice something? Did you think it was gonna be somebody else?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You kinda
I've
knew.
heard about this. Yeah,
Henry
Dang.
Cavill.
like for months. Yeah,
Dang.
That sucks.
You
yeah,
got that spoiled, bro.
yeah. I thought there was gonna be a series of different actors. I thought Patch was gonna be Daniel Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. I thought Daniel Radcliffe was gonna be in this movie.
Yeah,
Wasn't there a rumor that?
yeah.
he
There was a rumor, and that was
Maybe he
part of
didn't
that
make it.
group of rumors.
Maybe he got cut out.
Maybe got cut out.
Maybe, yeah. Because the what's the word? Speculation was that he would have been Patch because if you notice in the trailer, they only show him from the back. He's dealing the cards.
Yeah,
You know, at the casino.
but you didn't even see that guy.
Yeah, he did. He turns around. It was
Yeah.
Hugh
Oh,
Jackman,
Hugh Jackman.
and he
stabs
stabs Deadpool
Oh,
in the
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Okay,
Someone online said that Timothy Chalamet should play a young Wolverine.
I guess I'm open to that.
Nah, bro, he's got to play night. He's got to play Nightwing
I mean, it's Timmy, but
Oh, he could. No, he should play Tim Drake.
or Tim Drake.
Yeah.
That's right. He should play Tim Drake, and Adam Driver should play Nightwing.
You don't think it should be Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Are we? No, bro. We're done with that universe.
Okay,
but I
that's-
would love that.
nah,
I would
everything's
really-
open now.
I would
But
really
we
love
yeah,
Multiverse, baby.
we can just recast the same people over and over.
Yeah,
It doesn't
apparently
matter.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Before that, what was the point we were making?
Wolverine, Henry Cavill, you knew.
Oh, all the other Wolverines. Okay, so that's not like cameos, but I actually did like Hugh Jackman as a bunch of different Wolverines.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than the joke of getting a bunch of different actors because we got Age of Apocalypse, Wolverine, and now I was like, I want a movie of Age of Apocalypse. We got him.
But
it's
you
not
can't.
It's not crucified. It's exified, I guess. Which is like something that Elon Musk
Nailed
does
to
to
an
you
X.
on social media.
It's crossed.
So he by the Reavers in the comic books, that's where that origin is. But that iconic comic book cover.
Yeah.
So I thought those were the comic book illusions were really cool.
Mm.
The one where he fights Hulk.
The one where he
Oh, yeah, I
fights
forgot
Hulk.
the Hulk
That's
was in
another,
it as well,
his
yeah.
first appearance.
Honestly, they did that. And I was like, I kind of want to watch this real
Yeah.
quick, just for like 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I felt about all of them. I was like, I want to stay in Age of Apocalypse. I want
Yeah.
to see what happens here.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was effective. Very effective.
But after that, the next cameo was Chris Evans as
That's
Oh.
right.
Johnny.
That got me.
Did they
That
get
got
you?
us. That got me, bro. That
They-
got us. That got us. We looked at each other.
You guys were laughing.
No, because
dude.
I was like, oh, it's Cap, because they had like
Yeah.
The
they
red.
played us. They had the red, and I was like, oh, it's Cap. They got Cap. He came back, and then he jumps, and they
Like-
play the music, and he's like, oh, he's gonna say it, and they like
Flame on.
they got
Flame
me.
on.
And I'm like, and then Deadpool's about to say assemble,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Avengers assemble, and then he goes flame, and me and Link were just like,
That's when my mind was blown.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
I freaked.
I'm like,
Did you
oh.
know?
I saw this one coming.
They were freaking
I,
out.
I freaked out.
It was
so
rumored-
funny.
It was rumored that he would be in. I don't remember if it was for
I do
Multiverse of
not. I
Madness
do
or for
not
this
want to
movie.
be
Multiverse
you.
of Madness.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad I stopped that. way
Yeah,
of
I don't
life
want to ruin stuff.
because
No,
I
no,
didn't.
no.
I didn't know anything.
but
Yeah.
it wasn't for this movie. It was for Multiverse of Madness. So when I saw him, I was like,
Oh, I
he's
mean,
not gonna be Cap.
No, I mean, I've been hearing that he was. I didn't make that connection. I was
didn't
just like, oh, we're here. Like, I guess I forgot about it, or like I knew that was a rumor that people wanted him to return as Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Cap.
So
I think with the hair too.
this is why I think this movie works is because it knows its audience right from the beginning, where it's like, oh, how do we do this without desecrating the memory of Logan? We don't, and then messes with it. He knows that this is what's at stake. So they circumvent it by going against expectations. And here, at that moment when he comes, I was like, no. When he comes out,
Flamio Hotman.
when Cap comes out, right, and Chris Evans is there, I'm like, oh no, are they gonna mess us up as Cap in this movie? And I was like, wait a minute, no, they know better. And the Flame On fixed it for me, at least. So
It
You
was
think
great.
they would know better, right?
It was great,
Yeah.
yeah,
and I think that's the whole movie.
yeah.
And even like him like Deadpool talking about the state of the Marvel universe as it is right now, and he tells Wolverine
I
that
think
he
we
comes
need
into
a-
this universe.
I
it's
think we
just
need
like,
more commentary on now from
As-
Deadpool
What do you mean?
about the state of the Marvel universe
Oh,
now.
he should just do he should have a podcast.
Yeah, he should.
Also, we were mentioned in this film.
That's right. The word
Oh.
McGuffin. We're
Oh.
part of the
Oh,
MCU.
that's right.
What
You
are
guys
you,
popped for that?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
we're in
Where
it.
do you-
We dapped each other up. We're like, we're in it. We're in the MCU, baby.
There you go, officially.
right.
Apparently anybody can get in now. So
Yeah.
It's
But-
okay.
Hopefully, we're a cameo in the next movie.
hopefully we get another part later too.
The searching part.
The Fantastic Four.
They're gonna change. Actually, that'll be the sequel to.
Actually,
Yeah.
Dan's got to work on that logo.
Oh.
He's got like a year.
Yeah.
Get that searching
Next-
Fantastic Four logo.
Nah, that's what they're gonna change the second Avengers movie name to after they change it again.
Searching for McGuffin.
So, as a newer fan, Nick, did you get the Human Torch reference or?
I actually watched like Fantastic Four with Chris Evans as Human Torch like a lot as a kid, but I didn't really remember like Chris
Really?
Evans being because I was always young. I didn't really know like
Yeah.
Yeah,
any
so-
celebrities. Like I wouldn't recognize. Yeah.
So
Why?
didn't
Because you
really-
had those DVDs at home, right?
I don't think it was a DVD. It's just like on TV. They're always giving it.
I
always
remember you had a
watched it.
set. You had a DVD set.
I had
for
a
those.
set. I don't know if it was Fantastic Four. Maybe.
No, George. I remember
Yeah.
George had a set,
Oh.
and then whatever
George
was
had
George's
everything.
was ours.
Oh, yeah, it was probably yours. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were watching.
So you beat Link to watching this movie. Actually.
Yeah, I've never seen a Fantastic Four movie.
Can you
Any
believe
of
this?
them?
Yeah.
Any of them.
Not the Roger Corman.
Why'd you freak out
1991.
then?
Because I knew about these people. I'm like, oh, I've never watched them.
Okay,
Man, I
because
take
Link's,
my dad back.
Link's never seen the Fantastic Four movies, but he knew the controversy of casting Chris Evans as Captain
Yeah.
America at the time when
Okay.
the Avengers started.
I went back the other day. Not the other day. This was like maybe 3 months ago, and I just randomly watched Fantastic Four,
That is random.
and
Actually, that's a lie.
I missed it. It was nostalgic.
I watched-
I watched it. I'm like,
I watched
Man,
the first one. I
I
watched
used
the
to
first
watch
one.
this movie so much as a kid because the Fox movies, for what they were, that's what we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, those are the superhero movies that we had.
and that's a theme here, I think, throughout the film.
And that's something that I think that we'll get to around later. I mean, we can keep talking about the cameos, but I
Mhm.
do love that it does pay tribute to
It's a love letter. The Fox.
all that. To all
We
that work.
thought it was gonna take a dump on them, at least I did going in, right?
In a way, it does.
In a way, it does. Like he says it at the beginning.
In a way, it takes a dump, like the way he takes a dump on Marvel on itself. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't respect anything, but wow, it respects, I think, the Fox universe in a way that I don't think we respect the Fox universe.
I mean, that's what the movie was really, about. Is he's talking about saving his family, and it's like I feel like
He's part of that family.
the Fox is the family.
He's the only one. Him and Wolverine are the only ones that came out of that family alive.
No, they made it.
Yeah.
we got a couple of people towards the end,
They
but
live.
we'll talk about it.
In the sense that they're the only ones that.
Are gonna move forward.
Oh, they're the
Yeah,
only main
main
characters,
characters,
I
yeah.
guess, yeah.
Well, and you know.
No, we know of. It's okay. We're down for casting other people over and over and over.
Yeah.
Remember? So, but we'll get to that.
The other. Okay, so Elektra,
The others, right? That's the only way that team is referred to, right? The others.
the Resistance, the
Excellent.
Rebellion, whatever.
They say
they are.
that? The Resistance? Rebellion?
There's a Resistance or
The
something
Fox.
on the Borderlands or whatever.
The Fox gang.
I think he said.
I say things that I remember and they didn't happen. So
They're not the. Yeah, we'll talk
I'm not
about that
I'm not
towards
reliable
the
at
end.
all.
The Fox gang.
They're not all Fox, though.
What do you mean?
Blade
Blade
is
isn't Fox.
New Line Cinema made the Blade films.
Interesting.
And Gambit technically never happened, so
But that was Fox.
it would have been a Fox
Fox, yeah.
film, yeah. So
X-Men.
the first one that walks in is Elektra, right?
Mhm.
Well, actually, before even then, and I hate to keep delaying it, but all the little characters that work for the main villain, Cassandra Nova.
Oh yeah. You get Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's a new guy's Juggernaut, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You get Juggernaut. You get
They're not
Nightcrawler's
gonna have
dad.
Vinny Jones.
Yeah, but I feel like they needed Juggernaut because of the plot point, right? For the helmet.
Oh, they made him look
Yeah.
like the Fox
Yeah.
Juggernaut,
Yeah.
which I think is the same one, just different actor.
Yeah, I didn't catch this one because I didn't make the connection because obviously they didn't get Kevin Nash, the Super Shredder, Diesel, Big Daddy Cool, to
He was there.
no,
The
the Russian, the red and white sailor shirt that's supposed to be the Russian. They just
Yeah.
got some other big dude.
As soon as I
didn't-
saw it, I'm like, oh, it's the guy from Punisher.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna make that connection because like that's a Lionsgate film, but there he was, the guy from Punisher. And then a couple Azazel, right? That's
Azazel.
Azazel?
Pyro.
that's Nightcrawler's father.
Yeah.
Or at least it's supposed to be. I don't know if he was in the Fox movies. Who knows? Nobody was paying attention.
Well, I mean, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because they end First Class. Him and Mystique go off together, but then they never do anything like on camera.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler just shows up later. But that was cool. Okay, you don't have to double entendre everything I say.
What?
He raises his eyebrows
Oh,
every
come
time.
on, come on.
Forgot this is a kid family friendly show. I'm sorry.
Going right into the others, the Resistance. Okay,
Blade.
Elektra.
Oh, Elektra.
There
Elektra
was-
walks in first,
There was
right?
also
Elektra looks good, man. Divorcing
the-
Ben Affleck really does something.
the little
It's been a
nods.
while.
The little nods to divorces in this film
That was
as
beautiful.
well.
Anything to
Okay, the Ben Affleck one was funny, but the Hugh Jackman letting himself go after the divorce comment was savage.
I mean, if he's
I mean,
okay
that
with
was
it,
funny.
if he's
And
okay
then at
with
the
it,
end of the day,
it got us. It got
he
us.
got
We
he was
got
ripped.
Wolverine, yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this on the air, but like, I think we only got this movie because he got separated. Do you know about that?
no.
Maybe it's
I've
So-
never
His
heard you
wife
say
doesn't
that.
want him to be
Yeah, his wife didn't want him to be Wolverine anymore.
because he was too fit.
Yeah, because it says that her complaint was that he was a nightmare to be around because he was always hungry and in a bad mood because he has like no carbs.
He's hangry.
Yeah. So he's just hangry all the time whenever he's Wolverine. So, but now
He
that's not a
looks like
problem.
he looks like he's in a great mood.
I mean, to us,
So he promised her not to do Wolverine, but I guess he doesn't have to keep that one anymore.
Never mind.
So, how did you feel when Elektra first came in? Nick.
Who?
exactly.
Why are we clapping?
What about you guys?
I didn't expect it.
I
thought we were
no,
gonna get X-Men. I did not expect
that was one of the ones that I heard that
Oh, you
like
did.
her and Pyro, and then as
Azazel.
Azazel. Yeah.
was in the trailer. But I read Jennifer Garner was coming back.
I read that she was gonna get like a actual part in the movie, and that I didn't believe that rumor. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, the movie's not good, but for some reason I had a weird attachment to that movie.
Electra?
Electra, yeah.
No, I really don't like the movie.
I
Electra.
had a weird attachment.
There's an
to that
electric movie?
Yeah,
An electric movie?
Electra movie?
yeah. And there's a director's cut that's
because
3
I remember
minutes long.
I remember I was so sad. I was so sad when she dies.
It's more credits.
I remember when I was so
no,
sad
Ben Affleck shows up at the end.
when she was dead and when she dies in Daredevil.
Yeah. So see, I do love, and I know this is a horrible take, because the movie is bad, but I love the Daredevil movie because it's the only one we had.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
So I like Affleck and Elektra as Daredevil, and it was the also the butt of so many jokes, like for years after that movie. That and the Punisher movie, those are the only movies I had, man.
So I liked both of those movies.
They should have.
They're not good, but I liked both of those movies.
No,
as a
I
kid.
never saw Elektra more than once.
They should have played
And-
Evanescence when she was coming out.
That would have been good.
They should have.
That movie catapulted Evanescence.
That's what they really did.
Yeah.
Freaking love that song.
So yeah, I mean, I was happy to see her back, and I
To
wasn't
see her
really
back?
sure. I wasn't really sure
As
what she was
Elektra.
gonna
You
do.
got a shot of her back?
I think we
Oh,
did.
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then the second guy.
Raise your eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows.
Then the second guy.
I
that
can't
came
say it.
In. The second guy
If
that
I
came
speak,
in. I'm trying to move on. Blade.
Blade.
One of the best parts of the movie for me, to be honest.
Nick, what did you think?
Who? I feel bad not knowing any of them.
That's racist of you.
That's okay. There's only gonna ever be one Blade.
Yeah.
So what made Blade's inclusion in this film so good?
Bro, that one joke.
That one,
That
joke,
joke
yeah.
is like
But
the
they hated each other.
Yeah.
They didn't like each other.
By they, you mean
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds
Reynolds
and Wesley Snipes.
Ryan
he
Reynolds,
was-
who played Hannibal King?
Because he was in Blade
from
3
Blade Trinity. Yeah. One
One
of the worst movies I've ever seen.
with Triple H.
which
That's right.
Man,
Triple H is in
that would have been cool to
Have
get
Triple
that
H?
character, to have Hannibal King in.
That would've
in the
been cool.
void.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been interesting.
I mean, I just thought. Blade's so cool, man. Wesley Snipes' Blade is iconic.
Yeah. And I didn't expect this at all because I hadn't heard anything. I don't know if you guys had heard anything.
No,
No, we actually talked about the fact that. Oh, like there was a rumor that Wesley Snipes could be returning, and then I remember we talked about it. Oh, that's when I said they don't like each other.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's probably unlikely. Like I remember I said it. I was like, I don't think they'll get him back. I don't think he'd do it.
Yeah, there's that and the push for rebooting Blade that
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
they're
why
not
would you
going to
bring him back?
remind
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
of the Wesley Snipes Blade.
Nah,
right.
but they committed.
Yeah, and in Blade Trinity, I don't know if you know this, Wesley Snipes was so hard to work with that most of the movie is just his stunt person. And some people say they should have paid like half his salary to the stunt person because in the movie more than Wesley Snipes. There's a scene in the morgue where he's supposed to open his eyes and Wesley Snipes refused to do it. So they have to CGI his eyes open.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it looks awful. And then since he wasn't on set, sometimes Ryan Reynolds would change the lines to like ridiculous things, knowing that Wesley Snipes would have to come and record inserts to respond to those things that Ryan Reynolds
That's
was
why they
saying.
didn't like each other.
Yeah. So.
But this isn't the first time we see Blade.
Meaning?
After the movies.
You mean the Spike TV series starring Sticky Fingers?
No.
House of Cthulhu?
No. I'm talking about Wesley Snipes. That's Blade.
Oh, what do you mean?
We see him in the show What We Do in the Shadows when they have the Vampire Council. Blade's in it. Wesley Snipes.
What?
That is true. Yeah.
Wesley Snipes as Blade is
Yeah.
in that
Oh,
show.
he's part of the Vampire Council. You don't know if it's
Yeah,
Blade.
you don't know if it's Blade.
But
It
it's
looks like Blade.
insinuated. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
him. It's him.
Yeah,
Looking
so
like Blade.
They call a vampire counselor, and it's basically like any actor who played a prominent role as a vampire in media.
I need to watch this.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, one of the best parts for me. Like he's so badass.
Explain the joke.
And that joke was
the joke.
hilarious.
What you told me
man.
about the joke this morning, George.
Which one?
About the Blade stating that there would never be another Blade.
Okay, so they must have filmed that right a while ago, and I think it's my suspicion and the suspicion of others.
You think it was a while ago?
I think it was when they initially shot the film, and I think it's kind of a him marking his territory comment, and I feel like the insert of Deadpool looking at the camera and kind of validating the comment, I feel like that's in post-production. I feel because they went back and did reshoots and stuff, and unless the whole Blade thing was a reshoot, which I don't see how it could be because there's just so much of it.
Yeah.
I think they went back and kind of, what's the word? Like elevated the joke.
The joke, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best jokes.
That was the best joke for
Yeah.
me.
for me.
Because I don't know if we're gonna get a new Blade, man. I'm starting to have serious
There's
doubts.
only gonna ever be one Blade.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what we're talking about, Nick, about all the turmoil back in regards to the script for the upcoming Blade film that Marvel's supposed to be making.
Next year.
I mean, I just know it was like announced a while ago, and there's
Yeah.
basically like nothing, right?
Yeah, they haven't even.
The director keeps leaving.
The director keeps leaving,
Directors.
and so allegedly Mahershala Ali
is-
keeps rejecting scripts. Have we talked about that? Like one of the main
I
reasons.
think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah, because supposedly, well, that's one of the reasons Blade or Wesley Snipes was upset during Blade Trinity because they were using that film to catapult Hannibal King and Whistler, the daughter, played by Jessica Biel, to have their own movies. And that's kind of like what the new Marvel script is doing with this group.
Who would have watched that?
I have no idea.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah,
The movies are Blade. I'm not gonna watch another like.
First of all, these people are not even like A-listers
yeah,
or
'cause
B-listers or
yeah.
C-listers.
yeah, they were like fresh off, like, oh, we're gonna try to make a movie stars at that point, and that's why it was called Trinity because they were supposed to be equal, like Hannibal King and Whistler were supposed to be equals to Blade.
Okay.
So, okay, so
Remy LeBeau.
What was bro saying for like 90% of the movie?
How'd you feel about Channing Tatum, Nicholas?
I mean, I love Channing Tatum.
The Gambit.
That's got to be a joke that maybe 90% of the audience
The Gambit.
is not gonna get, right?
The Gambit.
The Gambit.
Yeah, I had to look it up, like all the lore and the backstory of why Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I wonder if our sister my sister knows.
I don't want to tell her because we're gonna go watch it on.
Yeah.
And I know she's a big Channing Tatum fan.
I
so
hope she
kinda-
didn't get it spoiled,
Spoiled?
but
Yeah,
it's
I
really
hope not.
hard.
I hope
The
she's not
Gambit.
watching right now because I
Nah,
did
she's
promote
probably
it.
seen that. She's probably seen that somewhere.
Okay, so
George's sister loves Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Love
Who's
Channing
Channing Tatum?
Who's Shannon
I
Tatum?
hope
Shannon
she's
Tatum.
not watching
Let me
right now.
mind now, bro. So much that she gets me to watch. She got me to watch a movie of him last Sunday.
Oh yeah, what was it? I was with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Fly Me to
Oh,
the
how
Moon.
was it?
That movie sucked.
Isn't that an Apple TV? Isn't that an Apple TV? You went to theaters to watch
We
that?
went to theaters.
That's crazy.
Wait, it's on Apple TV?
Yeah.
Or they released it for theaters first?
No,
and
I'm
then-
pretty sure like it's because it's an Apple TV movie.
No, I think it's like Killers of the Flower Moon where they release it in
I'm not
theaters
reliable,
first.
so you can fact
Yeah.
check me.
I
Yeah,
don't
but his sister would know. She loves Channing Tatum.
She's Channing.
Channing.
Shining.
She loves
I think seeing Gambit like live
That
action
was cool.
is so cool.
Yeah.
man.
I
think-
did not know that Channing Tatum had range and could do
Why
a
do you
French
keep
accent.
saying it like that?
I'm
He,
Remy
he
LeBeau.
can do a French accent.
Yeah.
You think he can do a French accent?
I don't think that guy can act.
No.
But you still think he can do a French accent?
I didn't think he. He's all right.
One of the reasons that he wanted to do it is because he grew up around those people, and I think he can do a French accent and purposely did a bad one for this movie. That's
Makes
what I'm
sense.
hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's always been pushing to make Gambit because he can do it.
Who's your dialect coach?
the Minions.
That was also a good one.
I still need to watch
That was
Despicable Me
also-
4.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds is like a mile a minute, and I think that's one of the charm of Deadpool, kind of like Spider-Man, when you throw out so many jokes, they
Jokes,
don't
yeah,
all
don't
have to be
hit,
good,
yeah.
but the ones that hit.
and then when you rewatch them, they would hit.
They're just so like no. I mean, I don't know if there's a bad one. Maybe just like the modern speech.
What do you mean?
Where he talks about he just says like modern slang, and I'm trying to think of the exact words he uses.
Oh, for cocaine.
Oh, where he says,
No,
I don't want that smoke.
the smoke.
I
and-
got no beef with you. Yeah.
That's
But-
And he says no cap. I think.
That's
too.
not even
that-
Gen Z though.
no.
Yeah, I think he says no cap.
But even that, like, if those are your worst jokes, then
No, but that's the other thing too. Since the character's so ridiculous, if he says a bad joke, you can just be like, "Oh, it's
Just
supposed to
chalk
be
it up
bad."
to
Yeah, it's
be,
supposed to be
Yeah,
bad, yeah.
like
It's a win-win for him.
Yeah.
he's impervious.
Yeah.
Like he is
Pretty much.
indestructible. Like
and he'll say something like vaguely sexist, and then turn it on you and be like, "Bro, that you can't. Why?
Yeah, why are you laughing?
He's the nemesis of cancel culture.
Yeah. The woke mob's not gonna like this.
Yeah.
What did we think about Gambit's headpiece?
It was kind of goofy.
I don't care. I dug all of it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, it is kind of goofy, but this movie has its cake and it eats it too. Yes, Channing Tatum finally is Gambit. If you like that, awesome. If you don't like that, it's a joke. Yes, he has a comic accurate costume. If you like that, awesome.
Because it's great, but
Yeah.
it's still funny.
But
and
if you don't like it, it's a joke, you know? And you're like you said, it's impervious. This guy is super cool. He has an awesome action sequence, but also is ridiculous because his accent and his dialect is way off.
their fight scene,
All the fight scenes are really good, man.
yeah, the choreography was great.
Yeah.
But like their first fight in front of the 20th Century Fox, when
was
they first get to the void, that was awesome.
And that's like pretty soon into the film, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what, 30, 45
30,
minutes?
yeah.
Into the movie. That's the thing. Again, it knows its audience. You came for this.
I mean, he specifically says,
Yeah, like this is
I
what
mean,
you
this
came
is what
for.
you came for.
Yeah.
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 And that's the thing. There's a moment that really I connected with later when the movie was starting to drag a little bit, and he turns to us and he's like, "We're in the home stretch now." Like
He's
and
letting everyone know. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And it was like, "Oh, okay." It like you're holding my hand throughout this journey, and you know exactly the movie you made. You know where its strengths are. You know where its weaknesses are too, and you're just super transparent about it. And
And he's just talking about like when he's trying to get Wolverine to open up, and he's like, "Do you want to talk about it now or save it for a third act flashback?"
yeah,
And just little things like that I think make the movie unique and special. It's like it's not really like anything we've seen before, and it's like something only Deadpool can do, you know. And I mean, we should talk about like just the relationship between the two of them.
yeah.
Whoa,
Logan.
you missed one more cameo.
What is it?
X-23
Oh, of course. Okay, so I don't know why they spoiled this in the marketing.
in the yeah.
Yeah, the week
I
before.
didn't see that.
You really?
I didn't see that, but I had a feeling she was gonna be in it.
No. You fought me and you told me that she was not going to be in it. And I am on record. Go back, watch the episodes. I said she's going to be in here. And there's no way she's not. And you're like, she said she's not going to be in it. She said it.
Well, in my mind, I believe that she was gonna be in it.
You were trying to temper my expectations, but I refused. And I believe because if
In
you
my mind, she was gonna be in it, and then I had kind of heard something about it, and I'm like, nope, staying away from it. And then, because it was literally like the day before, 2 days before,
Yeah, they show it. The trailer.
I
they dropped the
saw it.
trailer that had it, and I'm just like, ooh.
I saw it and I tell my wife everything and I had to hold it for like 48 hours. Like, because we had just watched Logan. And when I saw her and it confirmed that she was going to be in it, I was like, oh, this is going to be so rewarding. I have to shut up. And then Link is in the chair. No, how's that possible? I didn't watch it with you.
No, we watched. It was during when we went to go watch A Quiet Place.
Oh, we went to go see A Quiet Place. and
Right before I fell asleep.
That's right. It was such a quiet place that it lost Link. But they gave the trailer, right? No, we were just talking about it for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. And Link was like, oh man, an X-23 is going to be there. I'm like, shh. She didn't hear. And I was like,
And I was like, should I ruin her day?
I'll
Did I-
never forget when you did that to me in
Did I
Avengers.
ruin my sister's
well,
day?
You remember he told me Coulson dies? Like he had seen it, like you
But I
guys
was
had went
wrong.
to like an early premiere.
I
Yeah,
was
we
wrong.
Not at the time.
I was wrong. He's alive. Where is Colson nowadays?
he was playing the long con.
Where's Colson now?
He's dead.
He
died again?
He's in Tahiti.
Yeah, he died again. He dies at the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they replace him with a replica.
Spoilers.
Oh, you
I haven't
spoiled.
watched it.
This show is like 10 years old. Okay, so
Anyways.
now are we done with the cameos?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, X-23. That was the only person I recognized.
Oh, okay.
From that
If
one
you
time
watch
you
that
saw
movie-
Logan.
Logan.
Did you know
I was
who
like,
she
oh,
was?
that's the girl. She's all grown up. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, when she put on the kid glasses to fight, I was like,
That was
bro,
awesome.
it's so on. Let's go.
How was it both awesome and
And cute
corny?
and adorable.
Yeah, I thought it was also like, okay, this is such a. Why would
Freaking
she have
loved
the
it. I
glasses?
freaking loved
But
it. I
it's
don't care.
awesome.
It grew with her head.
Yeah. She purchased another
the-
bigger pair of
Yeah.
glasses that look exactly the same.
It's like, I like these.
I want to know how she ended up in the void.
Yeah, you're right. How did she end up in the void? So let's go back before we
Oh,
move on.
yeah. Alex said Happy Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he's not
I,
a cameo. He's a character.
I thought that was like a celebration. Like, hey, Happy Hogan.
Happy Hogan, Hogan.
Happy Hogan to you too, Alec.
Happy Hogan to you and your family.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's not a cameo, but yeah, he goes into 616 and oh, what about that? Like
Not right
this
there.
this movie establishes that this is definitely the 616 universe. I know that's controversial. I really don't care, but it starts with Earth 616, and then there's another thing that it does. Oh, it calls it the sacred timeline because that's another controversial thing, whether there really is or isn't a sacred timeline. But I guess that's it. Deadpool and Wolverine for you canon heads out there, I guess establishes both
There you go.
the main timeline as
You're
Earth
welcome,
616.
cannon heads.
I also like that the movie had an actual message to it as well.
Yeah.
Throughout, like his journey and stuff like that. It's
Mhm.
not all jokes, even though the majority of it is jokes.
Right.
both- for
a
both
very
of them.
thin plot, but one that is logical and makes sense for the character.
It's for both of them. They had a
Who's both of
like
them?
with Logan.
Logan and,
Oh, I thought
and
Vanessa.
Logan and Deadpool.
Logan and Deadpool.
Yeah.
The real relationship in the movie.
That is actually kind of true.
I love that part where Logan and Deadpool are in the car. They're just arguing and then like
fighting.
Hugh Jackman just absolutely acts his butt off.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yeah.
like
Just gets super serious
that-
at the time. I'm just like, are we back in Logan? Like,
Bro,
Yeah, I noticed that whenever he gets a chance to act, right? He's like
Yeah.
the anchor.
that
the
whole
anchor
monologue,
is the anchor being.
Well,
that
is
whole
true.
monologue of him in the car, like that was really cool.
Give the man an Oscar
Yeah.
for this movie.
for the
yeah,
suit.
just do
For
it.
the suit. Let whoever.
Best suit
Bruh, 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 bruh.
in I think in comic book movies.
Ever? What about the Daredevil Ben Affleck? He has the mask comes out over the ear.
No, bro, I freaking hate that.
The internet's forever, George.
It has a zipper in the front. Okay, it has a little Daredevil on the no. Okay,
Moderator. I mean, who mods this? You do this?
he's doing it right
Clip
now.
that.
Right. Or someone else can clip it. Whoever's on the stream.
Anyone would have another suit that they would argue against Gabe. He says Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
That's such a.
I just think it got even better because at the beginning of it, he has long sleeves.
I still think it looks
When
good
he
with
takes
that.
off, when
I-
he takes off the long sleeves, that's when I like it even
Yeah.
more.
But that's Deadpool took off the long sleeves.
I like that one.
I like both of them. I
I'll
like
give it
how
to
it
you.
looks long sleeves.
Captain America Winter Soldier. That suit is clean.
Caps.
Cap's Winter Soldier suit, yeah. Or the Winter Soldier suit is good too. Yeah.
I like Cap's Infinity War suit.
I think when Thor gets
With his
fat,
long hair.
The Nomad one where like it's all torn up.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
when Thor,
I think because it's like black and dark. I don't know. It looks good.
I think when Thor gets fat, I like that suit.
The fat suit.
Yeah.
Isn't it just the same suit, but
I
he
think
has long
I
hair?
think
in his front?
Rocket's suit is good and Groot's as well.
Oh, the Guardian suit is good though. From Guardians 1 at the end when they all suit up.
Boom, 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 boom,
That's not the song that
Boom,
plays.
I want to see that new
boom,
Spider-Man
boom.
suit because that suit is clean.
The one with the nanites.
Oh no, the one the poor
The one
poor
that he makes.
Yeah, the poor one.
The one that Peter makes at the end of No Way Home.
Oh, okay. We see it for a brief
Yeah.
second. A list of group of cameos that go a little underappreciated is the Deadpool core. At the
Oh
end.
yes, they had a little cameos there. My boy Matthew McConaughey. All right.
All right.
But he still put a voice, right? He didn't use his own voice.
No,
He did a cowboy.
he's doing a
voice.
cowboy version of
Yeah,
it,
like an exaggerated
version.
He's
Yeah,
not talking like this.
Yeah.
he's not going.
He should have.
He's trying to motivate you to get better in life. Talk about finding the green line.
Man,
Cody Rhodes and Matthew McConaughey,
that guy
2028.
That guy should have been in Twisters.
Anything Glenn Powell's in, I think McConaughey
McConaughey
is
should
in.
be-
Like,
but Twisters would have been perfect for
spiritually
him
in
as well.
He's spiritually in there.
Who else was in the Deadpool core?
His wife,
My wife.
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively, is Lady Pool.
Yeah, the star of The Shallows.
You love that movie. You like
I
that
do
movie.
love that
Yeah.
movie. That's why I brought it up.
Nathan
The,
Fillion.
the Age of
Fillion.
Adeline. I also love that movie too.
I haven't. That movie's good. That movie looks good. I've just never watched it.
Yeah. What's the other movie?
I mean,
Oh.
Gossip Girl.
No, the one with the girl from.
Isn't there a Gossip Girl?
Oh, they're
reference?
like she's like. That's gonna ruin the movie.
Yeah.
Is it like she's like a she's there's some
Anna Kendrick. The one with Anna Kendrick.
yeah, Strangers, Perfect Stranger. No,
That's not what it's called.
Uh,
No, I always forget the
The
name.
Gift?
I always think a simple proposal, but it's not what it is. No, it's not the proposal.
Oh, yeah.
either.
Oh, I did like that proposal.
It's not the gift. It's not.
I did like that
The
proposal.
Other Woman.
Reference.
Twin Sisters.
A modest proposal. No, that's not it either. Anyways, continue.
Mein Kampf.
That's definitely not it.
So Blake Lively, Nathan Fillion is Headpool.
A Simple Favor. That's the name of the movie. A Simple Favor.
It's a simple title.
Nathan Fillion was Headpool.
Yep.
I watched it twice without knowing that.
It doesn't sound like him at all.
Yeah.
Where he talks about the puppy.
Their kid, Ines, I believe.
The girl, right?
Yeah,
That's the
she's-
one that starts cursing at?
Yeah, she's Kid Pool.
She's like, we'll let you know when you. What was it? We'll get Wolverine's.
Oh.
I probably can't say that. out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah, I think you can say it. What else?
Oh, Welshpool.
Welshpool.
Welshpool is a player from his team Wrexham.
Oh,
yeah? In Wales.
I was
Who's a player.
wondering why.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one, Welsh Pool.
Why is that your favorite one?
Because it's Wales, bro. Country of Wales, bro.
Do you love
Are you a
Wales?
big Welsh
Are you-
fan?
I love Wales.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a streamer I mod for. He's like, his name is Jay, and we call him Jay from Wales.
That's great.
And that's like
Shout
the
out-
only Welsh person
Shout
we know.
out Jay from Wales.
Shout out Jay from
Shout out
Wales.
Jay from Wales.
Follow
Wales.
us.
Question:
Jay Wales.
How
Follow
many,
him.
how many accounts do you mod for?
I used to mod for a lot, but
You do that for free?
well, there was one.
No, he does
I
it for
modded
fun.
Yeah,
There's
don't talk business.
There was
on
this
the
one
air.
big YouTuber.
It's not free. It's for fun.
No, there's this one big YouTuber who had like 1 million subscribers or something that I modded for when he did his first Twitch stream. I got paid like like 90,
Don't,
I
don't
think.
talk. Don't
As
talk-
much
don't talk
as I
numbers.
want to hear Nick
us more.
flex
Give us
about his
more
career.
yeah, tell me more.
What else we got? I think that's it for.
No, Tom Holland's brother.
Oh yeah, that was
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them, and Ryan Reynolds didn't know. He just found out about it like yesterday. I
That's
think.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see a post. I didn't read it though.
Yeah. It was like, oh, Tom Holland's brother was, and then he responded like, "What? Why am I finding out about this now?"
right now.
Anything else?
That could have been bad, by the way, the Deadpool core, but it gave one of the best action
That
scenes.
Yeah,
was
they handled
so.
it.
It
Oh.
felt like a side scroller.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
We got the mask.
We got the mask.
They got the mask.
Link
yes.
didn't like it at first.
I had to get used to it.
I agree.
It's corny. Like it's a little
It's-
it's
it's
a
a-
little jarring to
it's a
see it.
weird-
The white eyes,
Right,
right?
yeah.
That's the one thing that's like, oh, this is
How
weird.
does he see?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. The
It's
CG.
weird.
It's CG.
I don't think it's CG. Is it CG?
He looks weird at certain parts, like when he's just talking.
Yeah.
I
I,
mean,
just
the
think the
eyes-
mask is weird.
It's
But
weird.
when he's talking to Deadpool, the juxtaposition that they both have the white eyes is like, oh, this makes sense in this movie.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it works. And then like I went like it goes closer to him. I mentioned it to him. I was like, it does feel like Batman.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. Have we gotten with the white eyes in Batman? I think Zack Snyder,
No.
Right?
right?
Like Zack Snyder, no?
What? Oh, in the mech suit,
In the suit.
Yeah.
and then we get blue eyes.
White Dragon.
Yeah, we get blue eyes. In Rises? No, Dark Knight.
Oh, that's
when he
right.
turns on the
Oh, that's
vision.
right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the humor.
Great.
hilarious
Great. Ryan Reynolds
throughout.
Ryan Reynolds knows what he's doing with his humor.
I mean, that's his thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's him being him.
Ryan Reynolds is just so charismatic and funny, and he just keeps going. Like he's just quick.
Nice Pool was a nice performance.
Nice
from
Pool was funny.
Yeah.
Dog Pool.
You know, yeah, Dogpool is actually like a real dog.
His tongue actually sticks out like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was CGI.
It's the ugliest dog in Britain.
Pobrecita.
Yeah. But she's cute.
Yeah.
That's why Deadpool loved her.
Emma Corrin played
She was good.
Cassandra Nova. You know, she's not a super well-built villain, like, because she doesn't get a ton of time or a ton of background, but she did great with what she
Yeah,
had.
I think she did.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was solid.
Yeah. She plays Diana, right, in The Crown.
That's her. That makes more sense now.
Girl, she's used to dying, eh?
Clip
McFadden.
that.
McFadden.
Who's McFadden?
Paradox.
I actually don't know who he is. I know him from. But
He's
what's
from
he
Pride and Prejudice.
Oh,
Mr. Darcy.
yeah.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Dorsey.
been? Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay.
And he's in one of the greatest HBO shows of all time, Succession.
I still haven't seen it.
I still haven't.
That's.
I gotta watch that.
You haven't seen it?
No, I didn't.
I've seen the first episode.
No, I super threw it up. I think it's good. Maybe
Oh.
not one of like HBO has some really good.
People
shows.
are obsessed with that.
I think the show's great.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
It isn't compared to House of the Dragons.
Sopranos. Veep.
I gotta finish Veep.
Curb.
I think he was funny.
Our
I think
flag means death.
I think he I think he suited the role well. I think he did a good job. He was
Yes.
flamboyant when he needed to be.
Over the top.
serious when
No.
who else?
A
Who
good
else? Who else?
foil.
Nick, what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part, honestly, I think it was when they were fighting the Deadpool core. That whole scene, so awesome.
I like seeing the others fight.
I downloaded that scene. Somebody put it up high quality on Reddit, and I downloaded it, and I rewatched it like 5 times before I saw the movie.
It was great.
A second time. Yeah.
I think the way that Wolverine fights too with the crawling.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
that was
And
cool.
that's another thing that, man, it could be cheesy, but we know this character. You like, if you're here, you've got to. Wolverine is so popular. You've got to. You've seen a cartoon.
We've got the other
Or-
iterations of him where he's like, you try to humanize it or make it serious or make it dramatic, but it's like this one's just like he's a comic book.
Yeah,
character.
he's a
We're gonna
comic
show
book
it.
character. He's a cartoon character. He's a video game character. You know, he crawls, he slashes, he dives in. It's beautiful, man. They went. I think I can say balls to the wall with this depiction of
Raise your eyebrows.
Logan.
Raise your eyebrows. I love this movie, and I think it all wraps it, or I think it all wraps it together. I think with the credits as well.
Yeah, that tribute.
to Fox. I think it was beautiful.
Nick, how confused were you throughout this tribute? Who are these people? What
well,
are
I
they
mean,
doing?
I knew it was from like the older movies and like the behind the scenes.
No, you were like, who's this old man in a wheelchair?
I mean, I know that's.
Why does this guy have a helmet?
This is
Why
a
is he
long.
bald?
Mid-
I know
this is
that's
a long
Magneto, I
post
know
why,
credit
that's
scene.
why are they
Professor
two bald
X.
guys? Why are they two guys with helmets?
What's the end credit scene again?
Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun,
post-
dun,
the
dun.
post credits?
Wait, I can't sing that, can I?
Yeah, you can sing it.
We'll get sued.
The post credits with
you can't play it.
Human
They show all the
Torch.
Fox movies.
Time of your life.
No.
Oh.
We're not gonna get to the after credits, but the mid credit scene is the time of your life tribute.
No, I'm talking about the other.
Johnny.
Okay, yeah, but
Cursing.
we'll get to that in a second.
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get to that
yeah.
in a second. Let's focus on this tribute because this is another thing that could have been cheesy because like using time of your life is a cliche.
Because it could be like it's the thing. It's a joke, but it's also like heartfelt.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing, bro.
Yeah, it's like okay, another time of your life tribute, but also the first
But
couple
also,
time of your
there's
life
a reason
hit us.
it
Yeah.
hits. It hits every single time.
Yeah. So like that one time we ended the episode with time of your life.
Was that with Matthew?
Yeah.
When Matthew Perry died.
Fair, yeah.
R.I.P. Chandler Bang.
So yeah, so it got me in the feels, and I don't even like these movies. I for the most part did not respect most of them, but you know what? People gave their time and their lives. Like we saw these characters grow up.
Time of our lives.
They gave the time of their lives, you know, and it's something to look back at. It hit me with nostalgia that I didn't know was there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said before, like they weren't great, but it's what we had.
Yeah,
Those are the movies that I mean I grew up on. Those are the superhero movies that I had
yeah.
growing up.
We were lucky to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always have like a certain point. Like I mean, I went back and watched the old X-Men movies, and I'm like watching the animated show and then watching the movies. I'm like, this is a missed opportunity. But when I was a kid, they were cool.
I
The
mean,
toys,
X2 was great. The toys
were awesome. Like it was just
even the Deadpool toy from Wolverine Origins.
with those shows with the song now.
Yeah, with the
yeah.
song.
And I think going back and because I mean everyone does crap on them. Everyone does. I feel like that's like the general consensus is like they're not great movies. People tend to trash on them, and I think they got their due respect for what they were at their time.
I think they're a mixed bag. I don't like X-Men 1. People seem to like X-Men 1. Everyone agrees X-Men 2 is good.
I do think
I liked Last Stand back then, but it's not a good movie.
I watched the movie.
That's
back
a
and I'm
terrible
like, bro, this
movie.
movie sucks.
Yeah. And what is it? First Class is great. Days of Future Past is cool. Apocalypse sucks. Phoenix is awful.
Never seen it.
Oh man, it's not even worth your time. So it's Wolverine Origins is awful. You know, the Wolverine is good. Logan is awesome. You know, so it's such a mixed bag.
What about Blade?
They're not Fox movies. We've gone over this. It's New Line Cinema.
What about Daredevil?
We talked about Daredevil.
He was in
they
the
both suck.
montage.
Daredevil was good.
That was in the montage with Happy as Foggy.
That's right. Happy is in the movie twice, technically, if you can count the
I
tribute.
forgot that he's Foggy.
I didn't notice it the second time. The second time I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There he is. There's Happy.
I didn't see him, but I assumed it's because they were out of respect to Jennifer Garner.
No, he what?
They're talking in the diner.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a scene.
Deadpool.
I didn't see that.
Alligators in the sewers.
Yeah.
The famous scene.
Anyways, I thought the movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
I laughed my butt off. The action was amazing. Having Logan back.
You know, it's a good movie to turn off your brain, but you don't have to turn off that much because it's not like the movie doesn't make sense at all. It's not like the Fast and the Furious or something like that. Like, it's better than half the Marvel movies we've gotten since Endgame.
Yeah.
It's the most enjoyable experience since No Way Home.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And Shang-Chi's good.
Shang-Chi's good.
What about
Guardians
Guardians
3.
Guardians 3 is
Guardians 3.
amazing.
And then this.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah,
out
four.
of how many movies that came out since then?
Oh wait, I actually like the Eternals. Nah, I'm kidding.
But
You're
since
not
then-
kidding.
But
So
since
don't
then,
lie.
but since then, now that we're here, and I think that like I said before, the movie knows where it's at.
Yeah.
Marvel at this point.
If you're going to transition to Comic-Con, maybe really quick, Link wanted to talk about that post-credit scene.
I was trying to remember what it was. I was
Johnny
asking,
Storm.
Johnny.
what does he say?
He says everything that he says he didn't
That
say
got
to
him killed.
Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
He just turns into a Bostonian,
Oh,
He
yeah,
gives
yeah,
the
yeah.
big
yeah,
speech
Mouth.
that
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
him
yeah.
killed later. Okay.
which was great.
Which
Yeah,
was
I
great
was-
because I was okay during the credits. Someone that I was watching the film turned to me and they're like, "Do you think we're gonna see Logan again?" And I was like, let me answer that after the post credit. And the post credit had nothing to do
Nothing
with
to
it.
do
It
with
set
it,
up
yeah.
for a new one, and I was
You're 90.
Yeah.
and I was happy about that because sometimes we get teased with. In this generation of
I
films,
mean, it always says blank will return.
yeah, and we get
Yeah, it
teased.
said Star-Lord will return.
Yeah, we get teased with stuff that we don't get paid off. Like it's been like 5 years, So I appreciate it that it just put a nice little, cap on, no pun intended, on this movie and didn't like tease anything else. But I do think we will see Logan again, even though he said no.
What were your thoughts?
He said no.
Well, yeah, because Wade asks him, "Will I see you around?" And he goes,
He said probably not.
"He probably not."
But then he brings him back.
But then he goes out.
And then he's
to the
like, yeah, we're
birthday
doing this
party.
till we're 90.
Yeah.
And he's going to be
he's part of the family now.
He's going to be in Avengers, right?
I think he's going to be in Secret Wars for sure. I expect him and Tobey Maguire side by side with the Avengers.
Who else do we expect to see in any new Avengers
And I guess it's time now
films?
to discuss it. We're
Wait,
so
really quick,
Okay,
really
go
This
quick.
episode is so
Before we do-
long.
yeah.
What were your thoughts about Marvel after watching this movie?
We're so back, baby.
We're back.
We're
Yeah.
back, baby.
We can make a good movie again.
But did you? Because I felt like that too after watching Guardians. We're back, and then they did the Marvels, and I'm like, oh,
But you didn't watch the Marvels.
I didn't
did you?
watch the Marvels.
yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
I was
Yeah,
the one that
watched it
didn't
with
watch it.
you,
Oh, okay.
and then I'm like, oh, we're not back. We suck again.
But also, here's the
But is
thing.
that how I'm gonna feel after Brave New World?
Probably.
Yeah, we're just,
Oh,
we're
why we were
it's
back.
over. It's
I'll be
over.
honest. I'll be honest. I had not have high hopes for them.
No,
No.
I don't.
Is it weird that I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts?
1000%.
Okay.
It doesn't look good, but I mean, I haven't seen it.
I
but
haven't seen anything.
what people say. It just looks lackluster.
I'm invested in
But
those
Florence
characters.
Pugh's in it, so
I like her. I like the Ghost character from the comics. I think there's room for her to grow. I love Taskmaster. I know the Taskmaster we have is not
she in it.
the real. Yeah, is not the real
That's gonna be
Taskmaster.
awkward.
But
Who's
I like
the Taskmaster.
The girl.
from Black Widow.
She's the daughter.
Oh,
She
of
was
the
the
Russian.
bomb?
She was a character.
She's the daughter of the Russian.
No, yeah,
Yeah, she was
the-
a character.
He's not.
Yeah, boy, I
Russian.
don't
Is he
remember.
Russian?
Oleg. Oh, what's the actor's name from?
Olga Kurilenko
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. That's all I had to say.
from Quantum of Solace
and Oblivion.
and
Arrival.
Oblivion. Correct.
She's not in the Arrival.
She's not in Arrival.
Never mind.
um.
Some other woman.
So we're like, they know how to. They know what we want. Okay, and they know how to use this multiverse thing. Also, it kind of left open Blade and Elektra.
Yeah,
And
they went back
Gambit?
to universes. The Fox movies could get their reprisals.
Really quick, Gabriel insisted at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, well, how come only Laura got to live? Because I had to remember that Deadpool asked if the TVA can help them out. And he goes, no, they were all at the birthday party,
Bro,
at the end.
I have a vivid image in my head of Blade at that dinner table, bro. Like suited up with sunglasses and everything inside.
At the end of this movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we waited the whole movie.
And I'm
'cause I
like-
was like, how could I have missed
And
that?
I'm like, yeah, like him and Laura and
Elektra?
Elektra, they're just like passing mashed potatoes around the table.
Who's Laura?
X-23.
Oh. I only know her as X-23.
And I had I was pretty convinced, but then I was just like,
you convinced me. I was like, was I taking crazy
I was like-
pills? I
I was-
wasn't texting. I promise I wasn't on my phone during
yeah,
this movie.
I was like, you know what, like. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. And then the scene came up, and I'm looking, and I'm like, and then it ends.
Only Wolverine's in it, right?
And Laura.
and Laura.
Oh, yeah, and Laura. Yeah.
And then it ends, and I'm like,
Is she going to be in any movies?
I'm wrong.
Well, I was back to my original question was, well, how come Laura? And then my wife pointed out, well, she's from this timeline. She's from Logan.
Yeah.
And Logan, apparently, even though, like Gabriel alluded to at the beginning, makes no sense that the Deadpool and Logan are in the same timeline. But Deadpool works outside of the continuity, and none of the Fox movies make any sense anyways.
Plus, she's young.
Right. So, and she's older, even though Deadpool should take place before Logan.
Okay.
Anyways, long story short, she belongs in that timeline. But it is implied that everyone else is
Because
returning.
he says friends,
Yeah.
and they get returned to their timeline.
Yeah, so they could still be in play.
So Wesley Snipes is coming back.
So then that means Daredevil is dead in his timeline.
Daredevil died.
Daredevil.
Ben Affleck died.
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Suck it, Ben Affleck.
He became Batman.
It's okay. We'll get
then
Charlie
died.
Cox in Secret Wars.
Yes.
So then the news came in. That was Thursday, right?
We
Yeah,
were
watch it.
so back
We
on
were back.
Thursday.
And depending on the person, you might still be back.
Yeah. Some people liked it.
Was it
Yeah.
Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
And I couldn't believe it because I didn't have like the time. Like I was on vacation and it was like 10 o'clock at night, which meant it was 7, in San Diego. And I hadn't even realized that they were doing a panel. So when this leaked, I had to like triple fact check it because I couldn't believe
It's
it.
unbelievable.
No, like I'd read something on X, or formerly known as Twitter, and as soon as I read it, I'm like, what the heck? Like I looked at it, I'm like,
Joe Biden's dropping
I was
out of
like-
the election.
I was like, is this busing?
Yeah, I
Phil?
thought it was this busing.
And then I get a text from George, and then I get a text from everybody else, and they're all just like, "What?" And I finally finished reading the tweet to
Watch the
see
video.
that Robert Downey Jr. is returning,
As
not as Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU
as
as Victor Von Doom. He's returning.
No, but that line that Blade says,
Oh,
you're
you're retarded.
you're retarded. You retired.
And we are canceled. It's over.
Deadpool said you're not allowed to say it.
Yeah.
You're canceled.
We have a Deadpool charm here. It protects
We're
us.
impervious.
So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is returning, not to the role of Iron Man.
I think that's insane. Like, I mean, first, like, gut reaction hearing that news. Why?
yeah, that was
You could have gotten any other person, and I would have been like, fine. You could have gotten Josh Brolin.
I heard yeah.
I would have been like, okay.
Nah.
when
I
they
don't
said I know someone that they had talked about and supposedly was on the short list was Jake Gyllenhaal, and I was like, he already has a character. That would be weird, but I guess
I still would have got, like, he looks good in purple and green.
yeah. And if you don't, but this is like casting Batman as Luthor in the same universe.
That's crazy. That's like Jesse Eisenberg as Bruce Wayne.
Well, that would be worse, much worse for many reasons, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. What was your initial reaction like?
It sucked.
I think
What was the text that you put in the chat?
I think I said.
I'm going back to bed. I woke up for this.
Oh, that was no.
That was the next
That
day.
was the next day. Yeah. No, I said I KMS.
I guess that's a
You
clean
can,
one.
you
Yeah.
can fill that one in.
So and then he woke up the next day and like basically
Like we
said the
woke
same
up
thing.
and we're like, we're still in the wrong timeline.
Oh my god, this is not the sacred timeline.
When I woke up the next day, I seriously doubted whether I had dreamt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
was.
mean,
like,
with me, the thinking that Blade was at the dinner table when he really wasn't. I was like, man, is this real?
what have you heard from the? Well, Nick, what about you? What's your thought?
I thought it was awesome, honestly.
Okay, why?
Because you're filthy casual.
Yeah. And also, I don't know. I think they can do like cool things with it.
Like what?
Like what?
I don't know. They can draw like cool parallels because you know how Iron Man's a hero, Doctor Doom's a villain.
Mhm.
I just want to see like where they go with that aspect.
I mean, if this isn't a joke, which I don't think it is, based on the reports of like how much money they're paying this guy
Yeah.
and like all the things that they're giving him. Because like in my head, I'm like, first reaction, I'm like, why? And then I started to rationalize. I was like, oh, they're gonna do like what they did with in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, really? Like a
With
fake
the
out?
actor?
yeah, like he's not gonna be.
He's a
gonna
dude
get
playing a
someone
dude
else.
disguised as
As a
another dude.
Exactly. And did you see those memes about him playing Black Panther?
Yeah.
Him replacing Black Panther.
That'd be a bold choice.
And then I thought that, okay, there's gonna be someone else, and then like they're just gonna use him like to.
Oh, he's
to garner
using Tony's
attention.
body, or he's not the real Doom.
I mean, but they said he's Victor Von Doom. And
I don't
he's-
believe them,
He's
first of all.
returning, and
he's.
Robert Downey Jr. is returning. To
I thought he was retired.
he's retired.
Retarded?
No, retired.
Retarded.
Let's double down. And so that was my initial reaction, and then I'm seeing like how much they're actually like committing to this, and I'm like, this.
Well, they're
he's
committing
really-
to. I don't know if you guys heard how much they're paying.
They're paying the Russos like $80 million.
Yeah, the
Each?
I doubt
No,
it.
I
don't
think it's
think-
combined. The Russos are getting 80 million. Downey Jr. is getting significantly more. But then the last one was he's getting like a private jet charter,
He's getting like a trailer city.
a trailer
What?
city. Yeah, like
What do you mean a trailer city?
Like, you know how some like actors have their trailers, but he's
Mhm.
getting like a park full for himself.
yeah. Basically, he gets to bring whoever he wants, and like they'll
his-
have all the services that he needs.
Which
and
I mean, like
everything.
I don't see Robert Downey Jr. as
Because you know what
needing
it sounds like to me? It sounds like,
They're begging him to come back.
yes, when you don't want to do a job, right? And you're like, I'm gonna give them the
Give me this.
impossible
Give me
number.
this. Give me this.
Yeah.
Give me this.
And then they do it. Like, and I was reading like a bunch of consultants online and they're like, oh, when I don't want to do a home, I give them this ridiculous number and you'll be surprised how many people pay it.
And I'll say,
And then I'll do it, you know? So I feel like that's what it was. He was like, let me push as far as I can and see what and they said yes. And it's,
I mean, this is the thing. I don't think he'll be bad.
no, I think
I think he'll kill it, and that's part of the.
that might be the worst
that's
part.
part of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it could have been somebody
Like
else.
you really could have gotten anyone. You could have gotten somebody new, somebody. Listen, anybody else, but it's like you're turning the face of the franchise because I don't know, man.
Because your movies are doing bad.
The guy that carried this, the one that started it all, you're the guy that carried this franchise for years. The main guy.
When Tony dies in Endgame and they say you can rest now, it's like also for Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly.
But now it's not.
And now it means nothing.
Well, I don't know about all that.
It means nothing. Endgame,
It could-
trash.
I mean,
The internet's forever. I should stop.
they do run the risk though of doing something that does invalidate Endgame. I think. Like if we feel like he's back and it was just an excuse. Listen, I've seen this mistake done before. And I brought this up to my wife and she's like, why are you talking about this old show? But you remember NBC Heroes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So season 1
yeah.
was awesome. And the finale, like they killed Nathan. They kill Siler. They kill like Ollie Laurie's character, right? And then immediately they bring them all back the next season. And Ollie Lauder's character has like a twin and then a triplet. Like she keeps dying every season. CW's Flash did it. Where they got rid of Zoom and then but the real what's his name, Harold, or and then all the ones from the alternate timelines and CW Harrison Wells, there you go. And then they would just keep bringing the same actors back in different roles, and at some point you're just like, okay, nothing matters. Like Arrow did it, like they would kill her sister, then bring her back, and then kill her, and then bring her back.
Even like Pandora's box that was open with Multiverse of Madness, like with the variants and the multiverse, and it's just. And I said it from back then, like it's gonna get complicated, it's gonna get ugly, and that's where we're at.
I think that's one of the big problems with Multiverse of Madness, and then Quantum Mania, with all the Kangs, it gets ugly.
Stupid choice, and like I saw some stuff that like Kang's story will end.
Yeah, it will
like
end in Doomsday.
Yeah, and
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
the title of the film is gonna be called.
So they
Doomsday.
are gonna wrap that up. I don't
Yeah.
really see why. I feel like with Victor Timely on Loki. And with Kang in Quantum Mania, I feel like they tied it up. They're dead.
They can't have two Victors being the villains.
That's fair.
I think that. If that's gonna happen, if they do show something, they're probably gonna have like Doom just eviscerate the Kangs
To make them look
Just,
strong.
Yeah.
Do what they did in Acolyte.
So
Feed. Feed them the.
we have an episode.
Give us the Jedi. We did. It's a Summer of Star Wars. It was last week.
Did we trash that? Did I trash that?
I think you did.
I think I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah.
Wasn't super ecstatic with the news, but it's Robert Downey Jr.
And Gen Z seems to be excited. So
at the end of the day,
and to be fair, some people are excited. A large contingency are
yeah,
excited.
it's like 50-50, I would say.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Like, oh, we're so back. They were saying it on Saturday. I just don't feel that way.
we're literally back. Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos. Like, okay, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
And the movies after Endgame, I'm like, are the Russos actually good?
That's what yeah.
Well, we went through their credits, me and Link, and we realized they
They-
didn't really do much, actually.
Their writing credits suck,
Yeah.
and they've only directed one movie after.
The Brooklyn Bridge one?
Was
With-
Was it good?
They didn't direct The Gray Man, or which one was it?
They had parts in Extraction, I feel like, too. right?
One of them, Joe Russo wrote Extraction,
That movie sucked.
and he wrote The Gray
I
Man.
thought they helped produce or direct, or
Yeah, produced, but that just means you paid
no,
for it.
no direction.
They directed one of them. Which one was it? Oh no, it wasn't Extraction because there's an Extraction 2, and I know they didn't do that.
So
So
what?
it was just The Gray Man. They
Oh.
directed The Gray Man.
Yeah.
And they produced that Apple TV series.
What about the one with Chadwick? They had a movie with him.
I think they wrote that one.
We went to the credits. I didn't see it there. Anyways,
Or maybe produced it. I think they produced it.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't count production credits because you never know if they actually had a hand in doing it or just paying
So
for
yeah.
it.
So the thing about the Russos is, are they good? Right? They're good directors. You get me?
Well, they're good at Avengers movies.
They're good at Avengers movies. Their
Maybe
their
stick to what you
credits
know.
before Avengers I thought were good. You know, Arrested Development and Community.
Those are TV shows.
But those are TV shows, right? And I believe The Office as well. But what a while back when we talked about the state of Marvel, we talked about how the writers of that teamed up with the Russos to make these Marvel movies were really good.
Marcus and McFeely.
Yeah.
But they're on this. They're on the
No, one of them is.
McFeely.
Yeah, they could only afford. They can't afford them all. They can't afford the 4 of them.
They ran out
The
of
5
it.
of them, with Robert Downey Jr.
There's
So,
not going to be any CG in this movie.
Yeah.
I think they should. I think they should bring whoever you had on Endgame. Bring them all back.
They didn't bring back the one guy.
They should.
So now we're going to see.
So now we're gonna see. But yeah, so we're gonna see if who was who. If
This is probably the
if
last
McFeely
Avengers
is
movie,
good.
huh?
Oh, they say it is the last Avengers movie. They say they're going to focus on other stuff after.
Thank God.
Young Avengers,
Which
Fantastic Four.
The other stuff that we saw was
X-Men.
Fantastic
X-Men.
Four. That's not hasn't started filming, but we saw a teaser.
Yeah, there was a teaser at Comic-Con. It looked real good, but apparently none of that is part of the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's
I'm
okay. You
excited.
shouldn't.
Oh,
I don't think it was good.
Yeah, it was good. But the movie starts filming today when we're recording this live here on Twitch. So should have started recording.
So half the movie's probably over.
Right, yeah,
it's
if
probably
they,
filmed up. It's probably
Yeah.
wrapped up.
they're going to do it in about 12 days
Mm.
based on that teaser. So Fantastic Four looks good. We'll see if
Fantastic Four, X-Men.
Robert Downey Jr. will probably show up in that movie.
at the end, right?
Yeah. So it might be a year.
Well,
We'll see Robert Downey Jr. Is that next year?
Yeah.
Fantastic Four? Yeah.
July, August.
hype. Oh yeah, Fantastic Four and
You got
Superman.
Brave New World next year,
It is a Brave New World next year.
and then we have Thunderbolts, and
Thunderbolt.
Thunder. And
Beat the thunder.
and then what? And then yeah, Fantastic Four.
I think
Yeah.
sounds good. Solid.
So last time we weren't super positive on the state of Marvel.
And Blade.
That's not happening. There's only going to be one Blade. Now I don't know. The future's open.
We were so back.
But
on
listen,
Thursday.
we were in the depths. We were in the trenches. We were so far gone. Then we came back, and I think we're back to reality. I think we're grounded a bit more.
Until Brave New World.
But I mean, X-Men and Fantastic Four on the horizon.
Daredevil coming up.
The Eternals getting a sequel.
The Eternal. I just
Yo?
found out they're not following up on the Eternals.
No, they're not following.
So thank God that's a win.
No, that was
We're
my
so back.
favorite.
We're so
back.
back. We're so back.
We're so Barack.
All right.
I think that's it.
And on that note, any final thoughts?
So ends the longest episode we've had.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
All right. Well, let's go watch Deadpool.
Honestly, yeah.
What I said to you
let's check it
yesterday.
out. All right. Let's.
All right.
Thank you for coming. If you haven't seen Deadpool, why
Check
are
it
you
out.
still here?
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah. Why'd you listen to
Why'd
this?
you listen to this? Yeah. You love us that much?
All right. Thanks for joining
Have a
us.
great week.
And we'll see you again next week on Searching for Mcguffin.